a royal decree, a journey from Nazareth to Bethlehem, the birth of a child, a manger, shepherds watching their flocks at night, the glory of the Lord shining all around. There's at least one beautiful Christmas carol for every part of Luke's story. And yet beneath that beauty, the story is anything but calm. The royal decree is not from a Hallmark Christmas movie. It comes from an occupying force demanding that those now under Roman rule return to their ancestral homes to be registered. It's not an invitation, it's a mandate. There are no free passes for people who are pregnant or ill or elderly. For Joseph and Mary, there's no time for nesting, for preparing a room for their baby, or getting themselves ready to become parents. Instead, they're busy. They pack for a 2-week journey and travel nearly 90 miles from Nazareth to Bethlehem, walking on unpaved trails over hilly, rocky terrain. Mary on the verge of giving birth to the baby Jesus. From the moment Gabriel announces that Mary will carry this child, everything changes. And that kind of disruption and redirection is not so very different from our own lives. We live with chaos and noise, much of it self-made, every single day. When I was a child, I used to run to the post office hoping that I would find a letter in the mailbox, and about once a week that hope would be fulfilled. I'd be so excited I'd rip it open in the post office so I could start reading even before I began walking home. And today, like many of you, I have multiple email accounts, each receiving dozens of communications daily, texts, phone calls, notifications. It feels constant because it is constant. Most of it is marketing or scams, but to find what is real and meaningful, we have to sift through an enormous amount of noise. Our lives are filled with endless inputs, urgency, and distraction. But there are moments when all of that falls away. A hard diagnosis, a loss, a fall, a conversation that goes horribly awry. In those moments, the noise of this world grows quiet, and we begin to see more clearly what matters, who we love, what will last. Those pivotal moments are rarely chosen. They are holy moments, moments when the eternal breaks through and is revealed. When Mary's labor begins, all the chaos of this world is set aside. There's no room then for distraction, no time to worry about who did or who did not make the Motel 6 reservation in Bethlehem that night. And as labor commences, she is not thinking about politics or emails or unreturned text messages or tomorrow's weather. She is consumed by the work at hand, the next breath, the coming of God. Christmas tells us this: God is not absent from moments like these. God is born into them, not to explain them away, not to fix them instantly, but to be present in them with us. That is hope. Not optimism, not denial, but the fierce, quiet assurance that God is with us in this world. Tonight, hope is not an idea. Hope is Emmanuel, God with us. Luke's story is not written in the form of a poem, but it has a lot of elements of poetry, which is why I think it reads so beautifully. So tonight I want to end with another telling of this story, and this one is a poem. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the town, everyone hurried. No one slowed down. There were lists and alarms and last-minute runs, and someone was crying in aisle number 1. The phones all kept buzzing, ding, ping, reply. Don't forget batteries. What size? Oh my. The oven went beep and the dog grabbed the roast and somebody said, "Great, I guess now we'll all eat toast." Now long, long ago, though not so unlike, a different kind of chaos filled one holy night. A ruler said, "Go," so they packed what they could, no maps and no plans and no sense that they should. Mary was pregnant, Joseph was stressed. This was not how they pictured the birth at its best. No crib, no soft blankets, no midwife on call, just hay and some animals, and well, that was all. The innkeeper said, "So sorry, no room," which may have been true, but still felt like doom. So there in the stable with sheep standing near, God came into the world, small, fragile, and here. No fireworks burst, no trumpets were blown, no perfect conditions, no place of their own, just God in a moment that would not wait. Not fixing the mess, just entering it straight. And shepherds were working the night shift outside when angels showed up, which startled them wide-eyed. "Do not be afraid," the angels all say, though no one has ever felt calm that way. So if your Christmas feels noisy or odd, if plans fall apart and things don't feel quite like God, remember this truth when you laugh or you sigh. That's exactly the place where God chose to arrive. Not after it's quiet, not once things make sense, but right in the middle of chaos and dense. For hope isn't silence or everything neat. It's God drawing near where our lives feel incomplete. So welcome this child, this joy, and this fuss. Emmanuel, God with us. Amen.